Hola, soy unos más, estamos en el capítulo 25 de King's Bounty 2. ¿Cómo no? Me petó el OBS a la hora número 9. Solo pasa con King's Bounty. Solo pasa con este juego. No sé si tiene problema con Denuvo o qué, pero yo flipo porque King's Bounty tiene un de esto de terceros, que es el Denuvo Anti-Cheater. Hombre, ahora tiene... Esto es increíble. Ahora silba. Porque ya habéis visto en todos los capítulos anteriores de que no silbaba. Y no es bastante fuerte. Todo está a ultra otra vez, ¿no? Vale. Como que escala de resolución. Eh... Bueno, puedo ir manualmente, why not? ¿Cómo no? Me peta el esto solo con Spawn.
My boy wrote to say he started.
Alucino, sinceramente.
Today's a very important day for us. I've had such a good week.
¿Tú qué tenías? Vale, nada. Ah, pero ahora tiene estos. Ah, se puede... Vaya, no lo sabía. Y ahora estos son infinitos, además. Mola. Y el otro... Los magos. Lo he pasado, bueno.
Where should we look for this Palatinus?
Please, Albert, do not utter that name.
But what if someone...
Sí, yo lo estoy buscando. Y me parece que sois los sospechosos.
Palatinus will brew the potion he promised you. Look for him tomorrow in the ruins, near the tavern called the Goose and Lagos. The second retort with Widow's Kiss is in your possession. Give it to me willingly, or I will take it by force.
This was to be expected. I am so sorry, my bright daffodil, but this is the end for us.
Ursula, please be calm. I will deal with this. Now you listen to me. To begin, the disaster was not caused by the poison. Palatinus is wrong. That's not why it happened. Second, we don't have the retort. We left it back at the foundry.
Very well. I want to know everything you saw.
Yes, I will tell you everything.
¿Cinemática? Sí.
You see, we weren't the only nighttime guests at the Mage Factory. We were just fetching the order when I stumbled upon some horrible ritual. And the explosion! We ran outside and that spirit attacked us. It was furious. Ursula dropped the boiling flask. Palatinus saved us. He subdued the spirit with a spell and it let us go. We left the flask behind at the Mage Factory.
Now this is starting to sound like the truth to me.
We were at Castle Ardennes. Palatinus fled right away, and the spirit... What was his name?
Ador. That was what Palatinus called him. That is the spirit's true name, Ador. Unfortunately, before I could command this entity, it called for help.
More spirits appeared, and we ran. Oh, how we ran. And then... What else could we do? We spent our last coin on that poison.
By what evidence can I know you are telling the truth?
If you need a witness, talk to Ador. He will tell you we're telling the truth.
We told you everything. You won't put us in chains after we've been so helpful to your investigation, will you?
The shady schemes of the Marcellan nobles interest me not in the slightest. I've seen far more nefarious characters.
No os puedo meter en una cárcel. Yo lo haría.
Guess what I saw in the refectory after supper?
Sí, tengo que dar otra vuelta.
Cathorn would keep the ghost of
First
King
years
Maximus.
are always underfoot.
Hombre, ¿qué tal? Ya se nombre.
I bind you with your true name, Ador. Now answer me.
I am here. Command, and I will obey.
The night you were unchained, did you witness a ritual performed at the Mage Factory? What happened there?
No. I do not want to go back. But I will. I will speak. Eliu's child, hear me. I saw them come from all over the earth. Lost ones seeking unity in the void. They called to it. Their souls reached out for the void, and the void answered. One of them was chosen and touched. And so it came to our world. The spell was lifted. My shackles fell to the ground and I ran away. The blight. I was looking for salvation.
Go on. I want to know more.
No, no, no. I do not want. I will not fear. Void. The blight in the void. I see them not. I will not. There were many there like you. Before their souls were extinguished, I saw them. One, another, and another. Many there were. I witnessed the battle after I escaped. The Mage Factor woke the golems. He fought off the blight and saved many, and led them under the mountains.
So there were survivors.
I see not through stone. The Mage Factor took them under the mountains. That is where they hid. The hole they went through was guarded by golems. They fought well, and the battle stopped. The wind carried their whispers to me. They prayed for salvation. They wept, and then void. Horrifying. I do not want. I will not. Mercy, do not make me see them, child of Eliu.
So be it. Thank you, Ador. You may rest now.
Vaya, espera. ¿Qué estoy haciendo? 2000 de experiencia y algo más. Claro, después me queda esto de aquí. ¿Por qué estoy haciendo semillas de la de esto? 2250. Bueno, vamos a terminar esta misión entonces. ¿Estoy? No puedo acceder. Aquí. No me dejan. No sé, misiones secundarias. Vaya. Soy muy listo sobre eso de aquí. Nunca se me ocurrió de que podía ir por aquí, tranquilamente. De verdad. Espero que me den alguna pieza de equipamiento buena. ¿Tendrá este algo nuevo? Salud. Tienes un montón de pergaminos. Pero no tienes nada. Bueno, es que aquí antes compré el pergamino, aguanta igual. Vale, he vendido toda la basurilla. No hay nada nuevo. A ver. No quiero salir de este mapa. Bueno, en realidad puedo volver cuando quiera a este mapa, pero igualmente no quiero salir de este mapa.
King Claudius, Sovereign of Nostria,
I
defender
demand
of
to
the
be
realm.
let into the citadel.
Entrance is forbidden to anyone.
A ver, ¿que habrá una lucha aquí?
What do we know about the preparations for the expedition to Mon Patry, Count? You promised to come to a decision any day.
Your Highness, the Archmage is standing his ground. I tried.
Ah, finally! So what happened at the Mage Factory? Did you determine the cause?
Allow me, Your Highness. Do you distrust the Royal Council? Your father never.
My dear Count, sometimes one opinion is not enough. Well, what did you find out?
You've been misled. The cause of the Mon Patry disaster was a magical ritual performed by an unknown cult. Apparently, they were your subjects. The majority of them likely perished during the ritual itself.
Do you have a witness or some proof to support this account?
I have plenty of witnesses. One of them a captive elemental spirit called Ador. Such an entity is incapable of lying, as you know. By the by, Ador saw the last people fleeing the Mage Factory hide in the mine. But since you cannot send a rescue mission...
We must delay no longer. I entrust you with rescuing the survivors. Go to Mon Patry, extricate my subjects, and bring them to me.
Your Highness, the Mage Factory is quarantined by order of the Archmage Caithor, as I told you.
Since when does the Prince of Nostria bend the knee to an Archmage?
Adrian, you promised to set me free.
Our agreement stands. But so far, all you have provided me are words. Words that cast suspicion upon the Royal Council as well as the Royal Order of Mages. Centuries-old pillars supporting the throne. Prove your suspicions with something substantial. Find the survivors and bring them to the Citadel. Do this, and if all is as you say, I will grant you the pardon you were promised. How do you like my decision, Count? I think that's how we're going to expose the truth.
Unthinkable.
Vaya. 2000, báculo de archimago. ¿Qué Montier, quieres hablar?
You have your task. What else do you want?
Sage advice from one of the king's wisest counselors? Surely you realize the prince is asking the impossible.
There's no getting into the Mage Factory, and that, I'm afraid, is the end of it. I've been sending off letters to the Archmage for days. How many replies do you suppose I've received? The Royal Council is powerless here, and there are no legal ways into the Mage Factory. Although, perhaps you could interrogate your precious witnesses. I don't expect they know anything useful, but why not?
Vale. Encuentra a Lindsay. Perfecta. Atraviesa la cuarentena. Interroga. Intenta hablar con Kaiton. Vale, puedo hacer misiones secundarias como este de aquí. No he subido de nivel. Casi. Bastón de archimago. Conocimiento arcano más 10. Set de túnica de archimago de combate. Vórtice arcano. Necesito 180 de poder arcano. Pero no pienso desequiparme esta arma, no, ni de broma. Ni de broma. ¿Ves? Con esto le estaría cerca del esto, pero perder 15 de defensa. Armadura de caballero, vaya. ¿Cuál era la otra cosa de caballero? Este de aquí. Mira, con este set podría tener más 400. A ver. Vale, pues nada, salgo de aquí. por ahora voy a hacer secundarias. Durante esta última hora de directo, que sería la 10, pero no sé por qué, a la hora número 9, el VS peta. Igual que las texturas de esto.
Who's that?
Loyal subjects of the king, in the name of his royal majesty, King Claudius.
Madre, esa.
This is the capital of Nostria, you know.
Citizens of this noble city.
Vale, a ver. Si tuviera 5000 de esto, podría intentar invocar un dragón. O 6000. Seguramente podría invocar un dragón con suficientes recargas. Eso de la vida, vale. Y está en aquí. Ay,
Today's a very important day for us, my lovely.
But why?
Because today I finally screwed up my color.
My boy wrote to say
a ver
he
qué tal esta
started...
misión. Oh. Aquí. El lugar que está más helado. Ah, claro. ¿Qué tal, Palantius?
Did you find the retort? Do you have it?
Of course not. On to another topic. Do you perhaps know of an alternate entrance into the Mage Factory?
If only I could remember. That blasted poison. All I know is that the craftsmen of the foundry were running a business on the side. They occupied some sort of a basement there, or tunnel. I recall someone named Norman. A good fellow, albeit a swindler and a thief. But who among us is better? Forgive me. It hurts to remember. Find the retort as soon as you can, please.
De la segunda retora.
Did you find them? Did you get the retort?
Worry not, Palatinus. The retort is still in the Mage Factory. Ador knocked it out of Ursula's hands.
Oh no. It fell on the floor then. That's even worse. The retort may have been damaged. If so, the poison will start seeping out and spread around the Mage Factory. And then, who knows how many more people will go mad from breathing in its miasma. The Widow's Kiss has already destroyed the Mage Factory.
You overestimate the potency of your poison, Palatinus. It wasn't the cause of the disaster. Besides, you might as well retrieve the retort yourself. You have a whole swarm of spirits at your disposal. Take advantage of them, like you did of Ador.
I can't. No one can. The Mage Factory is quarantined by Cathorn's magic and a whole army of mages. Besides, I can't even remember how to get to the Mage Factory. My mind's on fire. I need to neutralize the poison, and quickly. But how can I do that with the Widow's Kiss still inside the Mage Factory? Find the retort, and your reward will be generous. You have my word.
Claro, fácil. Primero tengo que entrar aquí. ¿Me podrías decir al menos qué es esto? ¿Qué hace cada altar? Pero bueno. Pues nada. Vale, a ver. Hacer este entonces. ¿qué tal, sirviente?
Hey, have you seen someone named Fontaine?
Yeah. He rushed in here just a little while ago. Scared stupid. He's hiding in the backyard, terrified someone's gonna come for him. He's a jittery fella.
Puma. Esta misión es de bastante... principio del juego, casi. Casi. Con mi nivel no debería...
Come out.
Problemas.
I know you're there.
Yeah, right. So you can beat me too?
Kamos the Smith is very eager to see you.
I know. That's why I'm hiding.
In that case, I'll have to shake you out of there. Do you hear? That's better. Why are you so stubborn?
I'm trying to stay away from Kamos. I got beaten once already today. I don't need a licking from him, too.
So you're the victim. Interesting. Who beat you up?
These bandits at the fair. I left the carriage behind, too.
Bandits? You'd better go see the blacksmith and tell him everything.
But you don't know Kamos. He won't listen. I abandoned his carriage and tools. Well, that's all it'll take for him to judge me guilty.
These bandits you ran into, are they still at the fair?
No idea. I ran for it once the brawl started up. People were being beaten, stalls trashed, things stolen. I just ran. I'm not ashamed. My life is worth more than a box of tools.
Joder. ¿He dejado algo más aquí? No. Por suerte ya derroté a los de estos.
My boy wrote to say he started studying the art of brewing elixir. I was so pleased to my...
He ido más rápido, pero... bueno, a veces ver el paisaje. Pensaba que los árboles estaban flotando. Ah, mira. Será más rápido. Viaje.
Today's a very important day for us, my lovely.
Me encanta esta arma que está en la espalda, de verdad, es la
My
hostia.
boy wrote to say he started studying the art of brewing elixir.
Hey, apprentice. I've got your tools.
Wow. That means I can go back to Rickville. Oh. And Kamos might not wallop me now.
Off you go. Give the blacksmith the good news.
Thanks a bunch. I bow low to you. Kamos is quite the heavy hitter.
Guantes de adepto. A ver, guantes de adepto. Conocimiento arcano más 5. Vale, mola. Guantes de adepto. Solo cambia el poder mágico. Bueno, y la resistencia. Pero bueno. Necesito subir de nivel. Para subir esto, después esto y después esto. Hizo 3 de esto. No sé por qué pensaba que hoy era sábado. Estoy fatal. A ver, ¿qué hay más de adicionales? Why not?
My boy wrote to say he started brewing elixir. I was so pleased to
Pues entrar.
we needn't pay for
Caballo.
it ever again.
Caballo.
Has had little success.
Master's birthday is the most important event of the semester.
Some sneak thief had himself a good hunt today. 3 silver cups.
A ver, ¿qué me tienes que contar?
A man named Xandor borrowed some scrolls and books from the library. Is that so?
Of course I know Xander. He's the most irresponsible royal mage to ever live. Hard to forget a man like that. The scoundrel took 3 of my books to check for references, and I've neither seen nor heard from him since. It's been more than a week. He's scampering all over the country with my priceless tomes in tow. I keep tracking his movements, but he always manages to slip away.
Did you leave the mark of the all-seeing eye on him?
Not Xander precisely, but the books. Have you not heard of library markings? Ah, never mind. You'll see everything in a moment. Ecce liberos. Can you feel them now?
Perdido, pero quemado. Una misión.
Some sneak thief had himself a good hunt.
Perhaps the culprit came in through the window instead of picking the lock, and made off with his ill-gotten loot that way.
That's just the point. It's impossible. The windows were latched from inside.
The thief must have used magic then. I can't help you with that.
Yeah, and who can? Those cups cost a fortune.
The tower spirits can. They only obey magisters. You'll want an appointment with Meister.
Vaya, ¿y eso qué tiene que ver conmigo? A ver, Hermia.
Thievery? Nonsense. It was a magic experiment. Any mage worth his wand could see that.
I suppose silver cups vanishing into the air was your doing.
You could say that, but the reality is much more complicated. I don't think an outsider like you can appreciate the essence of my research. I'll try and explain the basics. Surely you're familiar with Cathon's treatise on the nature of things? I'd be surprised if you weren't. My experiment was intended to discover whether one's logoi can affect the concept of a silver cup. And it succeeded.
I've read that treatise, and many more, my precious little disciple. You do understand you'll be arrested for theft, right?
I admit I do feel a little bit guilty for depriving someone of their valuable possessions. Awkward indeed. It shouldn't be difficult to reverse the spell and have the cups rematerialize from the concept. All I need is the right ingredients. Do you happen to have some mana-infused water, a silver bracelet, and a crystal orb on you? I could go gather them myself, but I'm a little wary of venturing out right now.
Let me check my pockets. Not at the moment, no. But if I do happen upon all those things, you'll be the first to know.
Comprarla. Busco un orbe mágico, cojo un poco de agua y muy de maná. Vaya, 400 de maná, por recompensa. De que tenía estos objetos y los y ahora los tengo que recomprar.
Here's the bracelet I want. Should I purchase it with my hard-earned gold, I wonder? Coins I've spilled blood for, my own and others. Or steal it?
Ah. ¿Y cómo lo robo? Ah, vale.
Let me tell you why you're here. You wish to purchase some new magical equipment, and so experienced an irresistible desire to visit my shop.
Let me do the talking. I need that silver bracelet there. How much?
Ha! I'm a lousy oracle. I shouldn't even have bothered to try. I'm an excellent merchant, though. I always have exactly what the customer needs. A bracelet made from pure silver at a shockingly reasonable price.
10 de oro. Ah, vale, pensaba que serían 5000 o algo así. Un orbe mágico. $400 de maná, son 400 de maná, ¿eh? Voy a lanzar 2 hechizos a la vez. Uf. Voy a invocar y después voy a lanzar un hechizo que afecta a todos. viendo mi invocación. Puedo cogerlo y ya está. ¿Batalla? Ahí. Ah, vale, esto es literalmente lo del otro de esto. A ver. ¿Qué sois vosotros? Enemigo débil. Vale, no tenéis nadie que ataque a distancia, fabuloso. Cinco, 4... y 5. No me jodas. No prendí... Estoy cercano. Para todos, ¿no? Ah, vale, no atacando a los... Vale, así pueden curarse todos. Toma. ¿El contraatacado igualmente? ¿Cómo? pegaré ni de broma con estos. Ah, tenía que haber usado el ataque. Subido, cabronazos. ¿Cuánto me falta? Un cojón, a ti poco, a ti la mitad. A ver, me habrán dado súper poco de experiencia. Lo malo es que se ha gastado lo del duplicar ahí, lo del 50% más de pasta y de experiencia. Orbe mágico, a ver, de experiencia. Y falta, coge un poco de maná de agua mineral. Esa ahora no ha silbido, no ha hecho el silbido. Tiene que estar completamente quieta para hacer el silbido. Tiene que estar completamente quieta.
With Mage Erasmus for over an hour.
At last, my divination proved correct. You showed up after all.
Perhaps you should attempt to divine something about that gentleman in the pavilion. For instance, a free space in his schedule.
As you can see, he's so busy he won't even speak to me, the eldest of the mentors. But I do not take offense. The Archmage's will is law.
And you're willing to wait. I can see it is a serious matter.
I took the opportunity to interrogate Ador. Forgive me, but I couldn't help overhearing his name as you uttered it. What this spirit has spoken of, the Archmage needs to hear what he knows at once, and take action. He could, for example, lift this pointless quarantine. So many spell components wasted, so much mana, so much effort, all for nothing. We've been fighting imaginary enemies. Can you believe it?
Of course. I too think the quarantine is pointless, and I urgently need to get past it. Do you know anyone who could help me with that?
I've helped you already. I spoke with an old friend, Master Remedius. He is waiting for you at the outpost by the Mage Factory Bridge. He can help you. Just don't tell the Archmage. Let it be a secret between you and me, all right?
Claro. Solo venía aquí por agua de maná.
I've been waiting for an audience with Mage Erasmus.
Pero vale. Ok.
Oops.
Quizás es posible, probable, que haga otra hora de directo. ¿O no? No sé. ¿Qué van a dar? Vale, 400 y algo extra, fantástico.
I decided to help you out. Here are all the ingredients you need.
Perfect. I had just enough time to reread Iphicletes. Cathon criticizes his theory of the world being composed of minuscule particles, remember? Undoubtedly, the Archmage is right. The world is nothing but materialized concepts. You're about to witness a simple experiment that proves just that. I found several books in Oleron's library describing a conceptual materialization ritual. It didn't take long to compile my own incantation.
Yeah, I already realized you're a voracious bookworm. Are you going to return the cups or not?
Weren't you listening? I just said I'm ready to materialize the concept of a silver cup.
Gracias. ¿Puedo devolvérselo a estos? ¿No? Vale. J. Misiones. Vale. ¿Qué cementerio? Yo no he ido nunca ahí. Encuentra antes de la creación. No sé de qué es esto de aquí. Vale, ok. A 2000 de pasta y 600 de experiencia. Punto de esto, vale. Esto 16. Todas las ventajas. Hola. Sí, claro, está muy cerca. Hay un nabo. Nabo está cerca. Otra vez tengo que interrogar al pobre de esto. Por ahora no lo hago, por si acaso. Quiero decía que sentía dolor de esto, así que no quiero molestar al pobre espíritu. $42 ya, joe. Quiero...
What's this? Some mage factory thingamabob.
Have you never seen a magic portal before? That's when I was a tower guard.
Vale, aquí es el que vendía los... estos de aquí. Que aún siguen en rango 1, por cierto. Y estos de aquí.
School us about it. This pestilence of yours is a myth. Bandits are everywhere. You can't even travel past Castle Arden. Why don't you make yourself useful?
¿Cómo puedo pasar por aquí?
We will, if and when we receive the order.
Mind the stall. Stop. The way is closed.
And why is that?
Don't you know? A pestilence has struck Monpatri. Archmage Cathorn has declared a quarantine.
Oh, pues no puedo hacerlo al cementerio. Pues eso, tampoco puedo hacer esto. Fantabuloso. No, vale. Oh, mira, si está aquí, justo aquí. Entrar dentro de la fábrica me permitiría hacer la misión esa de... los desafíos de batalla. No sé cuántos más me quedan, seguramente unos cuantos. ¿Tú quién eres?
Halt! Who goes there?
An envoy from Prince Adrian. I need to get into the mage factory, now.
Ah, you're from the Prince. We've been waiting on you for a good while now.
Waiting for me?
Candor will tell you. He's in charge while Remedius is away. Open the gate, you loafers.
Call the overseer.
The most brazen thief I... First he scales the fence, now he wants to talk to the overseer.
Acting the... I come from guard headquarters.
Bla 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 bla. Esto lo vendí porque no lo quería. Esto tampoco lo quería. La máscara de todo no me interesa. Elemental de fuego. 196. ¿Lo quiero? Tormenta celestial. Vale, daño a la unidad y a todos los adyacentes. Aplica desventaja de choque. Ah, vale, lo mismo como fuego, vale. Pues nada. Cadena de relámpagos. 140 a la unidad enemiga elegida. Y relámpagos a continuación a la unidad saltante más cercano. Cada salto reduce el daño en 25%. Número objetivo 3. 1500. Invocar elemental de piedra. Es que creo que con la gárgola y con la de esto tengo suficiente. ¿Esto qué es? Invocación. Esto sí lo voy a comprar. Y esto seguramente lo voy a vender. Nah, no lo voy a vender. ¿Hay unidades aquí? Sí, Alessandro. ¿Qué tal? ¡Ostras! Gárgolas. Podría comprarme 3. Podría sustituir a las águilas flameantes por las gárgolas. Obviamente tiene menos iniciativa, pero... Gárgolas. ¿Cuánto cuestan 3500? Y sería pobre otra vez. Vale, te voy a mover a la reserva y voy a comprarme las gárgolas. 10.000. Y ya soy... tengo menos dinero.
Call the overseer.
Quiero ver si hay un cofre o algo.
How much have you spent today?
Hacer la cuarentena.
7,530 units of mana. 3 light spirits.
Bueno, vale, vamos a hacer la misión secundaria.
What do I... Oh, wait a moment. Are you heading to the Mage Factory?
What of it?
Please, hear me out. My assistant stayed behind at the Mage Factory. I need you to find him.
Why him? Many people remained at the Mage Factory.
I am a golem master. I was to deliver new golems to the Royal Guard, but foolishly forgot the tabula of Tinsadunction. Without it, the golems will never awaken.
Tinsadunction. Curious word.
Anyway, the tabula is in the hands of my assistant, who remained at Montpatry. If you could search for him, or he might have left some notes. The lost tabula must be found, or else the guard won't get its sentry golems. See? After the disaster, Legate Horus took me in and refused to give me up to the officials and all the rest of them. I can't let him down. No way.
Vale. Pues vamos a deshacer. Ya puedo guardar esto sobre esto de aquí.
How much have we spent today?
7,500.
Are you Kandor?
Yes, that's me. And you're the prince's agent, the one who caught Ador and made him talk, and who now, just as we anticipated, desires entry to the Monpatri Mage Factory.
Desires? I have orders to search for survivors in that blasted mage factory. Have you seen anyone in there?
No one. We're prohibited from conducting any investigations, even if we use golems. The Archmage has directed us to enforce the quarantine, nothing else. All that's left for us to do is burn mana on cleansing spells and barrier charms. A senseless waste of time and effort.
Is that all you can tell me?
Of course not. Master Remedius wishes to see you, away from prying eyes. I'm going to create a portal for you now.
A portal? Prying eyes? I don't like the sound of any of that.
Who do you think we are? The Adepts of Darkness? Go.
Ora tal. Hostia. Ahí. Hay un libro ahí. Ah, vale, está aquí. Voy. Veo.
Here is the hero who made the Order of Mages look like fools. The prince sent you to the Mage Factory to look for survivors, correct?
So you do know everything about the prince's orders and about the cause of the disaster? What now? Are you going to lift the quarantine?
The Order has its reasons for maintaining the quarantine, even if the king himself should order it lifted. But let's say we're willing to make an exception for you. There yet remains one question to be addressed.
Namely?
Can the Order of Mages trust you? We don't know who else you might be working for, nor what goals you pursue for yourself. The Mage Factory is the repository of our secrets. Unfortunately, some of them have already fallen into the wrong hands. Recover them for us, and trust will cease to be an issue.
What secrets exactly? I need more details.
Kandor will tell you the details. Go. The portal will take you back to the outpost.
Ok. Tampoco es que están muy protegidos. Pensaba que estaría en el mundo espiritual o como sea. ¿Dónde está el tipo este? Ah, vale, está aquí.
You're a Mage Factory worker?
Remedius and I have discussed your problem. I need to know what it is that's gone missing.
Did you see the plundered wagon train on the bridge? I think you can guess it wasn't carrying tools or food. Something valuable went missing from that wagon train, and we want it recovered.
Something valuable. I suppose if I ask you who you suspect of stealing it, you'll answer someone larcenous?
There are certain facts we are loath to divulge before the time is ripe. Find whoever robbed that wagon train, and...
It was sentry golems in the wagons, that's what. And Windyport is the place to look for them. Talk to the locals. They likely know about it. The Artisanians are constantly pilfering from the mages, either at the mage factory or the tower. They sometimes even kidnap an actual mage, if you can imagine that.
How dare you! You shall face a magical tribunal for divulging our secrets.
I do very much dare. I serve the Royal Guard now, not you. Legate Horace will stand up for me.
I think you two can settle this without me. Good day, gentlemen.
Vale. Tengo que ir aquí. Tengo esta misión de aquí, y no sé qué, y no sé cuántos. Fantástico. Al menos aquí hay menos texto que en Gazet. Creo que por aquí hay alguna lucha. Y más misiones, obviamente. Hombre. Cesta de rábanos, Pueblo Sude, 5 piezas de osas Rickville, 6 piezas de osas Castillo de Cadence, 7 piezas de osas Foley, cómprale un saco de grano al mercader Rickville, de Puerto Ventoso. ¿Qué tal, Kramer?
Good afternoon. Heading to the elevator, are we? Are you headed for the port by any chance?
Perhaps. Why do you ask?
Oh, it's just a trifle. There's a young woman who lives there. Her name's Jeanette, and I'm Kramer, the merchant. You might remind her of me and my grain.
Why not go down there and remind her yourself?
How can I? The Artisanians don't let anyone descend, in light of the threat presented by Cedric the Bandit. That's according to Damien. Curse him. I've already paid for the grain, and soon it's gonna rot. But if you could talk to Jeanette, the elevator is still working. You can go up whenever you want.
Asunto turbio. A ver tú. Siguiendo las rocas.
Did you see my notice? I'm so glad you came. These lands are supremely gorgeous, are they not?
Sea and rocks are nothing special to me. It's just like the Black Castle.
As an artist, I couldn't ask for a better location. It's so beautiful, but windy, as it says in the name.
Would you believe it? The wind swept one of my paintings right off the cliff. And the client is very demanding. They're not just going to wait.
And I cannot simply go down and get it. I had a falling out with the residents once, and now they've banned me. So awkward. My only hope is that some kind passerby will oblige an old man infatuated with the sea.
Estimado señor Damien, debo informar a su excelencia de que un troll se ha asentado en una gruta en la costa cerca a Puerto Ventoso. No he visto la bestia personalmente, pero la gente habla y los rumores no aparecen de la nada, ¿sabe? Tome medidas, envíe un pelotón de piqueros. La gente tiene miedo. Un ciudadano del puerto, vaya. ¿Dejad tesoros? No.
Did you hear that? A man-eating troll is living in the old grotto right down there.
Spooky. Fair of late.
Well, I never had any plans to visit anyway. I'll just go see the Elder and return to the castle real quick.
The people of the port must be aware of the Artisanians' misdeed.
Did you hear that? A man-eating troll is living in the old grotto right down there.
Fue tan lentamente.
Well, I never had any plans to visit anyway. I'll just go see the Elder and return to the castle real quick.
Pavo que está ahí.
Did you hear that?
Que...
A man-eating troll is living in the old
Oh, sí que está abajo.
right down there.
Well, I never had any plans to visit anyway. I'll just go see the Elder and return to the castle real quick.
Sí que está abajo, sí. ¿Cómo? ¡Hombre!
Wait, please listen.
What happened?
Bandits ransacked my shop, and now they've taken it over entirely.
Calm down, sir. Tell me everything in detail, slowly.
I'm Dominic, a merchant of the Royal Trade Guild. I used to deliver goods to Odilon of Marcella, and since there was plenty of demand, I got one of the locals, Rick, to join me and open a shop of our own. We sell the same stuff as Odilon. Weapons, equipment, scrolls. We were doing a good business. Until that Fisher rogue appeared, drove Rick off and took over our shop. No one here will stand up to him.
This Fisher sounds worse than Bludgeon.
Everyone's dead scared of the guy. Rumor has it he's got monsters serving him. Rick told me he had something up his sleeve to use against Fisher, and then he disappeared. Can you scare Fisher off for me? I'll reward you. On the honor of a royal merchant.
Dominic knows something. If I help him, I will likely learn something about Remedius's golems.
Pide ayuda o lucha directamente contra Fisher. Llevas la pintura. Está por aquí. Cubo de fleantes, medio cubo de arenques, fletanes, medio cubo de caballa, cangrejos, algunas perlas. Y no se me vale esta anciana, le sobra decirte las cosas. Gracias. Ya me dejaré un cofre fantástico. Ya lo veo. Voy a guardar la partida y a terminar el episodio. Pues eso, hasta aquí este capítulo. Soy unos más y nos vemos en el próximo vídeo. Hasta pronto.